Hi, it's Karia Marissa Cosplay. Have you ever wanted a simple way to make your own cosplay ears? I'm here to show you how to do just that. This is a pair of cat cosplay ears that I put together using no sew and just a glue gun. And this is what they look like on. So again, I just made these with a glue gun and a couple other materials. I'm going to show you how to do it. Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to start with is a pattern. I make my own patterns. These are for the cat ears, a bigger pair and a smaller pair. Just make them out of cardboard. Today I'm going to be using my bear pattern that I made because I'm going to be making a new set of panda ears for my panda cosplay. This is a thin piece of Evo foam. You can buy this at craft stores. I'm just gonna trace my pattern onto here. I'm gonna need two going opposite ways. And then I'm gonna cut those out. Okay, there they are cut out. I'm gonna set those aside. Then you're gonna want your faux fur. Make sure that the fur is going down the back like this when you are cutting, because you want the fur to go down the ear and not to the side or upside down. Then I'm just going to take my bear pattern again. So I'll do two of these opposite each other. You want to leave enough space because I'm going to put about a 1/2 inch margin on there and then cut out from there. The reason I leave that is because we are going to need to be able to glue these ears together. The fronts and the backs. So there's those. And I'll put the margin on them. I just freehand it. Nothing, no special technique really. I don't measure it. Okay, and there they are with the margins on them. Then I'm going to cut them out with my X-Acto knife. You have to be very careful. I try to just poke it through just enough not to cut any of the faux fur. Cut. There's one piece. And there's the other one. And now we're going to do the black. Here's our backs, and here's our fronts. This is where the glue comes in. We're going to glue these here. All right. Before we glue on the tops, this is probably the most tricky part, is putting on the wire. We have to shape the wire and then leave a couple little prongs at the end sticking out to attach to a headband. Then we take that piece and glue it on. And then we are going to put our white front pieces on top of this. So we'll just glue everything down. Careful not to get the glue into the fur. So just around the edges and then all along the inside. Get everything laid on top of each other. The two ears put together. We're going to clean up, we'll have to clean up the edges with some glue. We're just going to glue everything down better. This is how they look before we get them all trimmed up. We're going to need a clippers, and then we're going to have to shape them to look more like a panda ear. When you go to clip your ears, just make sure that you start out longer, and then you can start taking off more fur. That way you can make sure that you're not taking off too much that you can't put back on. So I'm going to get into doing that. So I'm going to want to keep a good chunk up. Basically this. Okay, so we're just going to keep that. Then we're definitely going to keep down here at the bottom some hair. And then the rest can be short. The vacuum. One that's done and one that's not done. We'll still have to put, I usually color it with a little bit of hair chalk in there to give it some dimension. But yeah, that's kind of what they look like. Get the hair chalk out. And do the details. I might do the tops. I kind of wish I had an airbrush actually, because this would go a lot smoother. I'm gonna let those dry now. So here is how they turned out after putting the hair chalk on, and everything's done. We just need to put them on this headband and then I'll show you how they look. Alright, this is how they turned out. Kind of a long project, but totally worth it in the end. And you can add your own flares to these and just kind of play with them and see what happens. Thanks for watching.